I'm feeling a little bit better today than I did yesterday. Although that's not saying a hell of a lot. I was so fatigued yesterday I could almost barely function. And I don't know if that fatigue will come back. It feels like it's coming back, but I'm not sure. But yesterday it did re-emphasize how little control we have of things. And you have control, some control, I guess, of your health. But at the end, you can get cancer, or you can get some kind of parasite in your body. Things just happen. And it doesn't matter. And politics can happen. You could be in the middle of a totalitarian nation and be forced to be quiet or to comply. I don't know. Sometimes you just have to go along with the flow. And, one day we're all going to pass away. I mean, I'll pass away sooner or later. And he wants a link. I'm not giving him one. I'm only doing I'm only. One angry says, "Give him a link, fat man." And the thing, all right, I'll give him a link. This is not what I wanted though, because I have clothes in the dryer, and all right, I'll give him a link. What the hell? I was gonna make this a rather short show, so but I'll give him a link nonetheless. If he wants one, I'll give Joey a link too. Hopefully this doesn't go on too far, because I wanted to kind of get things done. But I'm giving a link. To both Joe and we have one angry Joe. Well,
you are seriously pathetic. You have control. Sit there whining about how I have no control. I can't stop eating cheesecake. You have control. You just haven't come close to death.
Have you come close to death?
Have I been almost killed? Well, I had some dumb fuck try to run me over tonight while I was walking for an hour. I walked 3 miles. I'm starting to do that again. I don't give a shit. I have a sign I put on my back in Thai that says, "Stay the fuck away from me."
Does it work?
Yeah. Girlfriend doesn't like it. She thinks it's not nice. But I don't have time to be nice. This is a war. We are fighting a war here. You're fighting a war too. You just don't know it. Chinese communists have declared war against you. They declared it against me. They declared it against the Thais. They launched a weapon of war at the world. We are fighting a war. There is no time for niceties and congeniality. This is a war. So when I walked yesterday, several people got close enough that somebody even brushed my shoulder as they went by. I don't want anybody that close to me. Not with this particular variant, although tonight was a very breezy night. It rained too. Rain makes Thai people run for cover. They cannot get wet for some reason. They can swim. I've seen them in pools, but they cannot get wet. Your girlfriend tells me that if I walk in the rain, I'll get pneumonia. It's 90 degrees. The Thai people are afraid of rain. They walk around with umbrellas, hiding from the sun. And it never really rained that much. It was more of a drizzle. And it was kind of funny too because I looked up in the sky and couldn't see any rain clouds. So I wasn't sure where that water was coming from. But I've been eating a lot of steak lately. Let me tell you how I made a steak tonight. I made a nice steak with rosemary, olive oil, salt and pepper. What else did I put on that steak? Oh, some parsley. I'd like to get some fresh parsley, but I can't find any. I've got a little bit of food shortages going on here, but I cooked up that steak with just a slight hint of barbecue sauce, just to give it a little tiny bit of flavor. Not a lot. And that was one damn good steak. That was a nice low carb meal. And I had miso soup. And you order from places like Grubhub, and you say, "Yeah, I'll take the four cheese Alfredo." See, if you ate just a thing of four cheese, you'd be fine instead of eating the spaghetti.
I don't do that anymore.
What do you order? What did you order today?
The last time I ordered from Grubhub,
Anywhere,
all right,
anywhere.
I ordered from Subway, and I ordered it was a carb dish. It was I forget the name of it, but it was complete. It was carbs.
A salad.
It was kind of like a salad, yes.
Well, where were the carbs coming from?
There was meat, there was spinach, there was egg white.
Just no carbs so far. So where'd the carbs come from?
There were no carbs. I said no carbs.
Yeah. What dressing did you use? Because I know you fucked up on the dressing.
I didn't use any dressing.
How do you eat a salad with no dressing?
I think it was more of a, you know what? It was actually a protein bowl. I take that back. It wasn't really a salad. It was a protein bowl.
A protein bowl. So if I look this up on the internet, I'll be able to find it.
You're right. I mean, why would I lie? I don't.
I didn't say you were lying. I just don't think that you research these things enough.
Maybe I don't. I don't know.
So when you ordered the protein bowl, did you look online to see what the nutritional value was?
No.
So you're telling me that there's no dressing on this protein bowl?
No.
They don't mix anything on it. Why don't you get yourself a nice? Actually, you can make you can make your own blue cheese. Well, you don't cook, do you?
I don't like blue cheese. I do cook. I just ordered stuff from the grocery store.
How
Anyway,
about ranch?
yeah,
How about a ranch dressing?
yeah, I like ranch.
You
I do vinaigrette though, mainly.
you should learn to love mustard.
I like mustard.
Mustard has no carbs. It gives you a great flavor. Has a great flavor profile. I use it in almost everything. I make black bean soup, which has carbs in it. It's good carbs, but still nonetheless carbs. I make black bean soup in a pressure cooker, and I use mustard,
Okay. Anyway,
among other things.
so again, if we are in a communist fight, how do you win?
Well, you can't win when you got a cocksucker like Joe Biden at the helm, who is obviously owned by both Russia and China. Yeah, where is our look? If our CIA and FBI were staffed with honorable men and women, who took their oath of office to the Constitution seriously. Biden would have never made it to the point where he could get on a ballot. Biden is one of the most compromised presidents or candidate for president I think we've ever had. He's compromised both with Russia, with Putin. He's compromised with the Chinese. And yet everybody wants to turn their head and say, no, nothing to see here. We have no problems. Our country and our sovereignty are in grave danger from this man and his family and his mess of a son. You have to ask yourself, why did Biden? I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to too many YouTube videos, and I watched the video this morning of Cruz objecting to every one of the nominees that Biden had for a bunch of ambassadorships. And he said that until Biden addresses this, allowing Putin to finish this pipeline, which will give Putin a stranglehold on Europe, he's not going to let any of those nominees go forward. Why is it that the only one who is an American here is Ted Cruz? Because old Menendez from New Jersey, that scumbag doesn't care. He's trying to get these people through. And most of the Congress people, senators and Congress people, are compromised. We got Eric Swalwell banging Fang Fang. Now she's gone, but what did she find out? What did she get from Swalwell, who's on, I think, the Intelligence Committee? Obviously, nobody showed intelligence by putting him on the Intelligence Committee. In fact, they showed a lack of intelligence. But we're being sold out. By the way, did you hear me say that I would give up my citizenship?
To what country?
Israel. I don't have any desire to go back to America.
How bad do you think this variant is?
It's bad. It sheds virus 1,000 times more than the variant before it, the Alpha. So I use the image of Pigpen walking through the cartoon Charlie Brown. You can see Pigpen's mess as he walks. You can see the cloud around him of all the dirt. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think it looks like when you're standing next to somebody who's got the Delta variant. They are shedding 1,000 times what the one before it was. It's bad. I see people here all the time. People use taxis here in Bangkok. I can get across town for $4. I don't have a car because I don't need one. I have my own chauffeur. Got a nice Volvo, and he drives me wherever I want to go. So I don't have to pay money for insurance. I don't have to pay money for a car. Don't have to worry about where to park it. Don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. And yet, I watch people get into taxis with a taxi driver, and they keep the windows closed and the air conditioning on. How long do you think it takes for these taxi drivers to pick up the virus? Somebody getting in their cab at least once a week has got to have it, and you're sitting in a small cab with the windows closed. Next time you get in an elevator, I want you to look at the people who are in the elevator with you. You'd be very smart not to ride an elevator with anybody in it but yourself. That's very difficult. some places.
How long do you think this variant is going to last?
Don't know. I think this is a weaponized variant, just like the original virus. I believe that the people who accidentally let out the original virus, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that they accidentally let it out. I think that they purposely let this D variant out and they created it in the lab. It has markers of being created, not happening naturally. Again, China has declared war on us. But doesn't have to be China now. Could be Russia. Or it could be Iran. In fact, as I recall, China was, and I'll use this word, makes it sound more like it's Dick Dastardly something or other, but China was in cahoots with Iran in virus research. Do you remember early on in the pandemic that Iran became highly infected and they were digging mass graves in Iran?
No.
How do you think the virus got to Iran, skipping over a whole bunch of other countries? Because these Chinese scientists went to Iran and they were collaborating with the Iranian scientists. So this variant that we're dealing with right now could very well have come out of a laboratory in Iran.
Well, I know years ago people had talked about that they would try to unleash smallpox to the American public. That was one of the things that the terrorists
But a lot of people are vaccinated against smallpox, aren't you?
I believe so, yeah.
Right. So would that do any good? You need something new.
No, you're right. Anyway, Howard, I do have clothes in the laundry, and I have to get them
Why
out.
are your clothes begging for your attention?
Because I did them, and I was planning on doing a rather short show, but I
Did you
decided
say a short show or a shit show?
either one. Um, but
So you had planned to come on here and just opine and whine until you got tired and then hang up.
yeah, probably. I mean, that's
So this is sort of akin to what is it they do in Big Brother? They go into a closet and start talking to everybody.
yeah. Why not?
They go into so this is your closet.
Yeah, I guess
I have a question. I don't see that Dyson fan anywhere. What have you done with it?
it's there. It's on a lower plateau. But
On a
God,
lower plateau.
that's
And
really
what is that computer behind you to your left, over your left shoulder?
it's nothing. It's Howard. I'm going to end the show. All these conversation starters we can do for another time, and I would
Why would you do that?
have
Why would you run from some of the best conversation you've had all day?
how. Why should I continue if I have other things to do? And it's not even important.
Get the clothes in the dryer?
Yeah, the clothes in the dryer are important. I think it's
Are the clothes in a dryer in your apartment?
uh,
Yes or no?
there. Okay, Howard. What's the point of these
So
questions?
are you drying your clothes in a laundry room that's shared,
Yes,
or
yes.
is it in your apartment?
It is one that I am sharing.
So you don't have a washer dryer in this $2,000 a month apartment?
That is correct.
Wow. Do you even have an elevator in the building?
No, it's only 2 stories.
You're on the second floor.
That is correct.
You walk the stairs?
That is correct.
Okay, it's just one flight of stairs.
That is correct.
Most homes have at least one flight of stairs. So You are going to run to go to the laundry room to get your stuff out of the dryer. Who in their right mind would be drying clothes at this time of day?
Me.
And what time is it right now?
9:45.
Who wears a hat like that at 9:45 in the morning?
Me.
Why?
Comfy.
By the way, do you know I made JP cry last night?
Did you really?
He
I.
was whining like a baby. Even Angela was tormenting him a little bit.
Well, we all sometimes cry like little babies.
And he was very emotional.
Well, am I?
No, you come across as if you're medicated. I don't know with what, but you're medicated. By the way, do you miss Bill Wagner?
I didn't know honestly, I didn't know Bill Wagner enough to miss or not miss him. He seemed a little bit strange, and I think he had a drug problem. So, unfortunately, as he was, I probably would not miss him. Hello, High Ridge Estates. So, as he was, I probably would not miss him because uh, drug addicts are very destructive people.
Well, Bill had a addiction to Xanax.
That's destructive.
Right, but it was legal. But I suspect that at the end he was on something else.
Well, just because it's legal doesn't make it not destructive.
Oh, I understand that, but he couldn't stop taking. You can't just stop taking it. That's like somebody who takes an antidepressant.
Mhm.
You like an SSRI. You can't just stop taking it. Bad things can happen to you.
I could imagine.
And people who are addicted to Xanax can't just stop. In
Yeah,
fact, if you take a Tenolol as an example, which is a beta blocker, which lowers your heart rate, you can't just stop that one cold either. You have to wean yourself off of it.
yeah, I could imagine.
Otherwise, bad things could happen to you. Now,
Bad,
what did we have for breakfast?
nothing.
You're not going to have breakfast?
No,
Do you have any place that you can go to eat all you can eat bacon?
no.
Because when the lockdown ends here, I'm going to have to find myself a hotel that serves all you can eat bacon. Well, all you can eat everything else, but has real bacon on the buffet. I want to eat several pounds of bacon.
Hmm. Well,
Would you advise against that?
yes.
Why?
Gluttony is wrong no matter what you're doing with it.
That's not gluttony. Bacon tastes good. What's the last dessert you ordered?
I can't remember.
Oh, yes, you do. You remember every dessert. You remember every spoonful.
I mean, that comes to mind red velvet cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory
Why would you get red velvet? Why don't you just get regular cheesecake?
because I liked it.
I understand that, but regular cheesecake has less carbs.
I guess.
Not, I guess, it really does. You can make choices. In other words, if you were going to eat something sweet, you'd be better off going out and getting yourself something like Haagen-Dazs, which is very high in fat. Yes, it's got sugar in it. Yeah, it tastes good, but it is full of fat.
Anyway, I'm going to end.
Anyway, is a filler word that lets you segue into running away like a little girl from this delightful conversation.
I suppose it is to you. It was delightful, and wish I could. I wish I could spend more time, but unfortunately, I
You have
want.
a date with a dryer.
I have a day with a dryer,
You know
and
how odd? Do you know how odd that sounds?
I guess.
Do you think anybody's in the laundry room right now doing laundry at this time of day?
Perhaps.
Aren't most people working?
We have a retired woman who uses the laundry room quite a bit.
She does. How many dryers do you have?
One.
One? And your clothes are sitting in it?
Well, you're keeping me here. I'm going to blame you. I'm going to tell him to go to your house and talk to you.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, I will then let you go so that you don't take advantage of a poor old woman with wet clothing.
Yeah. And my
She'll have
time.
to wear she'll have to wear her girdle all day,
Yeah.
damp,
Yeah. And I'll send you a picture of her. You might want to date her.
in her girdle.
Yeah. She's an
Do you
older
know
woman.
anybody? Do you know anybody that wears a girdle?
Not anymore.
Do
My
you know
old,
anybody that even do you know anybody that even knows that word?
yeah. Well, me. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this thing. Strive to work hard, do your best, and the
Don't
past
eat velvet cheesecake.
past is dead. The future is imaginary, and you can only live for now. Howard,
By
you
the
have
way, do you buy heavy cream?
no. Howard, do you have anything to say before I end this show?
Yes. Buy yourself lots of heavy cream and make real whipped cream without sugar.
With that being said, um, like, subscribe, share the video. Also, visit our website, transparencyandmerit.com. Thank you for
I
listening.
might make some whipped cream right now
Share the video.
and
We,
put my espresso into it.
are you going to share the video, Howard?
I might.
Well, it would be nice if you did, but you don't have to. Anyway, thanks for listening.